in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a Superman game. Hi, everybody. I'm Hoarder Gamer, and this is going to be a discussion of the Rocksteady rumors and the rumors of a Superman game. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So it's just going to be a second here, one moment, as I pull this up. Okay, so rumor came out, someone from 4chan, that a Superman game is coming out, and that would be the next Rocksteady release, the next game from Rocksteady. The last thing they did was a Batman Arkham VR game, which came out in roughly October of last year. And this person claimed that before that, they've been working on a Superman game and that they're still working on it. And that is what's going to be announced possibly tomorrow by Game Informer and to possibly be on the next cover of Game Informer. Okay? Now, there's a number of problems here. First off, this is 4chan. And somewhat of a spotty record, I would say. There's some questionable things. Guy claims to be a boyfriend of this woman who works at Rocksteady. And, you know, if this came out as to who this woman was, she could lose her job over this. Warner Brothers doesn't play. Large corporations like Disney and Warner Brothers, they just do not play. So there is that. Also, I mean, fanboys want this really bad. I want this bad. I definitely want a Superman game. I love the Batman games. Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. I've loved all three of them. I had a little problem with a little bit of the tank stuff. I thought it got a little bit too tank heavy, but I still loved the Batmobile. I still loved it and thought it was greatly done. I love the insane feeling of just crashing through buildings, smashing staircases. I thought it was a pleasure. I enjoyed it ultimately. So, you know, let's look at this whole thing. There have been rumors about a Superman game for a while. Roughly in about 2015, there was talk of the game, and that had to do with Warner Montreal. Warner Montreal was going to be doing a Suicide Squad game, supposedly, and a Superman game. And there's pictures of sketches and things that you can find online bearing this out. Well, at least the Superman game stuff. And my screen just went blue. 1 second, everybody. Blue for Superman. Okay, 1 second, everybody. We are having a fun moment here. You know what? I'm just going to be completing, I think, this whole thing without... This is great! Okay, hold on, everybody. Man, this is the fun of live. If you're thinking of doing live videos, man, you're crazy. Oh, man, I wish that Cutie Pie knew my pain right now. Hold on here. Oh, man. Okay. Wow, that sucks. I guess I'm just going to keep going. I don't know what to do now. Anyway, the 2015 Warner Montreal game, Superman, looked like it was canceled. I mean, if this information's true and Rocksteady is doing a Superman game and Warner Montreal, also owned by Warner Brothers, was working on it, it's possible that they thought it was too large of a project and then they let Rocksteady do it. Rocksteady was rumored to want to do a Superman game for a long time. That was something that they thought would have been an amazing and a huge, complicated, difficult thing to do. So, you know, they've pretty much knocked it out of ballpark with Batman. Them doing Superman, I think, would be a brilliant idea. I would love it. Now, this is where the problem comes. First, we'll start with the naysayers. Superman's overpowered! Can't have Superman in a game. Who's it gonna fight? Gotta make him real weak. Okay, so my answers to this are you're probably not reading the Superman comic book at all. You probably don't understand the character that well. Those are weak at best arguments over a Superman game. Okay? Just because it hasn't been done doesn't mean it can't be done. By saying it hasn't been done, you have to look at all these games that probably had 6 months to a year of development time because they were licensees, nothing else. And there wasn't a lot of heart and effort put into the game. This is going to be 2 or 3 years with a massive budget. Okay? Maybe longer than that. And I truly believe it can be done. I do. And let me tell you why that is. Superman all the time is fighting normal enemies. Okay? He doesn't just fight supervillains. He is able to pull his punches. He, after all the years he's lived, all the crime fighting he's done, all the world saving he's done, he can hold back and not, punch people's heads off or, punch their hearts out of their chest. He can hold back. He can do that. And all the time you see him there's a normal guy like Morgan Edge or something, and Superman will knock him out and Morgan Edge falls over. He didn't just, atomize him. He didn't set him on fire. He just fought him and took him out. Okay? So there are actual ways to do this. Okay? Okay. Then we also have the idea of kryptonite. Kryptonite can be used to weaken Superman in interesting ways because of different colors of kryptonite. Green basically overall weakens him, but the other colors do different things. And that's something that developers could look at as well. Okay? Magic. This is a huge point of the idea of Superman. He has another weakness, which is magic. Okay? Captain Marvel, known better as Shazam. Okay? John Constantine. Etrigan the Demon. Okay? All of these people, Zatanna, are all magic based. Someone could somehow control Captain Marvel and have him face off against Superman. That's something that could be done. That could definitely happen in this game. Okay? Magic, he has very little resistance to. It's very dangerous. It can kill him. So have magic users in the game. Have that be a big thing. Okay? Beyond magic, as I said, kryptonite. Metallo. Metallo is, depending on who's writing it, a cyborg or a straight-up robot with a heart made of kryptonite. It powers him and everything. And he's able to, let out a kryptonite beam that greatly damages Superman. He does that all the time in the comics, TV shows, everything. Okay? Lex Luthor. His suit. His mechanical suit, powered again, I believe, by kryptonite. In most cases. I think they even call it the kryptonite suit. Okay? And then you have areas where you could have another villain of Superman show up. Parasite. Parasite actually siphons power and strength from just about anyone, not just Superman. So, if Superman faced off against Parasite, he would actually be weakened, and Parasite would have his powers, and it would be a fascinating fight on par with Mr. Freeze in Arkham City. Superman and Parasite would be a really cool battle. I would like that a lot. Okay? So I honestly think a lot of those, worries and arguments that he's too overpowered, the game can't be done, I just disagree with them. I don't agree. Okay, now, what are you going to do in the game? Well, in the Arkham games, you had the Riddler. Riddler's challenges. I think it would be amazing if it was Mr. Mxyzptlk that showed up this time. And he had challenges based on all of Superman's different abilities. And Superman would you need to use those abilities either singularly or in tandem in order to answer these like riddles or abnormalities Mr. Mxyzptlk created in Metropolis. I think that would be awesome. I think that would be a great way to replace the Riddler gameplay. I think that would be really good. Now, another cool thing about a Superman game, in Arkham Knight, they brought in co-op. Single-player co-op, though. So you'd be playing as Batman, and all of a sudden, Robin or one of your other, mostly Robin, would show up, and then you would fight enemies, and then there would be a cool thing where you and Robin could team up and fight enemies. So, perhaps Supergirl would show up. Perhaps Steel would show up. There's a lot of really interesting things that could be done with that mechanic. So if it's a super difficult enemy, someone could actually assist Superman if he was partially weakened by kryptonite, but the other person wasn't. It'd be pretty interesting that way, if they did that. Now, I'm just hoping there aren't rings to fly through, because the Nintendo 64 Superman game, not only one of the worst superhero games, probably the worst, and it just left such a terrible taste in people's mouth for a Superman game, you know? Worse than the taste of kryptonite, which I'm guessing does not taste good. Okay, so that's looking at a Superman game. Do I have anyone suggest any other villains or anything to have in a Superman game? Obviously, I'm thinking like Brainiac could show up, Lex Luthor, like I said, Parasite, maybe Livewire. I don't know for sure. You could technically have some Justice League villains in there. It wouldn't be insane. Especially if you wanted to go in another direction and bring in Justice League characters. I doubt Melissa Benoist would be in the game. I sincerely doubt that. No, I'm reading comments. I'm following comments that I can actually respond to. No, John Constantine isn't a superhero, but he's a magic user. He's a magic user, Maniac. And he could be corrupted. Someone could be using him as well. So you could have these different magic users that would be fighting Superman, and it'd be very dangerous for him. One of the few things that would be extremely dangerous. Let's see here. So that's looking at a Superman game, okay? And here's a question. Would it be Metropolis? Would the game be Metropolis? Or would it be all different areas of the DC universe? Would it be like Gotham Metropolis? I mean, that would be insane. Although, if it's Gotham, Batman would have to be in it. So, World's Finest, is that what they would ultimately be? Not just a Superman game, but a game with Superman and Batman in it? That's a thing. In the comic books, World's Finest is usually just Superman and Batman, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty well done stuff. I don't know, though. I feel that once they finished Arkham, they may not, want to do that heavily with Batman. Another possibility is a Justice League game. They could do that, too. They could definitely do a Justice League game. Gothamopolis isn't a crazy idea, Bird. The new Lego game coming out is a weird amalgam of different timelines and different worlds from the Marvel Universe. For Marvel Superheroes 2. So Gothamopolis is not insane. That could be something that Brainiac perhaps does by fusing cities together or something, wacky that Brainiac would do. But yeah, Justice League game could have like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash. See, that's the issue though. So many damn characters. I think it would honestly make more sense to do a Superman game first and then bring maybe Justice League into a secondary Superman game. I think that would make much more sense than trying to do a Justice League game because of how insanely ambitious that would be. But it's also not impossible, and it would have some of the most amazing villains and team-ups of villains ever if they did a Justice League game. It would be just ridiculous, okay? And then the other possibility is a Harry Potter game. All three of these IPs are owned by Warner Brothers. A Harry Potter game would be pretty wild, and there have been rumors of a AAA Harry Potter game, but no one knew anything else. I could see a British company like Rocksteady making something like that, you know? I think it's very plausible. Very plausible. Possible and plausible, both. I think all of those would be really cool projects, but I'm really hoping it's going to be a Superman game, because we've needed a Superman game for a long, long time. Let's see here. Just looking at chat, seeing if there's any other suggestions or anything real quick. Yes, Bizarro would be another excellent choice. And yes, I agree with you. In fact, I forgot to mention him. Yes. Bizarro, definitely. That's one of the main villains you should probably have in it. Darkseid is a villain for the entire Justice League, and I love him, but I think he would be ready for a second Superman or a third Superman game. I don't think they want to completely blow their villain load, we'll say, with Brainiac, Lex Luthor, and Darkseid all in one game. Plus, Darkseid opens up a weird can of worms with, oh my god, what? Calabac, Desaad, Granny Goodness, all these other villains, you know? It's just ridiculous what that would do. Yeah, I can't see them doing that. Having all of them in one. I think that would be ridiculous. It'd be neat, but it'd be ridiculous. A lot of people worry about flying. They're worried about how will Superman fly. And, I mean, I trust Rocksteady. You know, after Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight, I think if anyone could get Superman down, they could. No other Batman game I played had a mechanic as good as his gliding. I thought that was done expertly. And they might have like a similar camera angle for him to fly as they used for the gliding. And I'm thinking that the engine could be similar to the Arkham Knight engine, because it's got to be a massive world with a lot of hidden areas, and Superman is the Batmobile. What I mean by that is Superman, if he's not careful, can take chunks off of buildings, can basically break staircases when he flies through them. That's something that I don't think they should be insane and charge you money or anything crazy, or like tell you how much money you've caused in damage. I don't know. Maybe that could be something where like Lex Luthor's like, this alien's a menace. He needs to be destroyed. The danger he's caused to Metropolis. You know, things like that maybe, but not like an ongoing like meter that tells you how much damage you've caused in Metropolis. Yeah, I would love a Superman game. You know, here's hoping it gets announced and this isn't just a big lie. I believe his name's Andrew Reiner of Game Informer. Someone tweeted him about a Superman Rocksteady game, and at first he was like, Superman ? After they said a Superman or Rocksteady game in the tweet, and then he goes no, and then someone says Rocksteady, and he goes no. So it could be that he's just being cagey, you know? It's hard to say exactly, because I don't think Rocksteady wants anyone to know about it yet, you know? And even if it isn't announced tomorrow, I will be shocked if Rocksteady, whatever the game is, isn't announced at either the PlayStation Experience or the Video Game Awards. Okay? Now, there was I believe in September, it was Gaz Deeves. I love his name, by the way. Isn't it awesome? Gaz Deeves, who works at Rocksteady, said, well, we're not talking right now. When we do, we're going to blow your mind. I'm paraphrasing right now. They said he wasn't ready to talk in September. Well, October, November, up to December, that's like 3 months later. It's possible that he could be talking about a number of months, hopefully not like a year. Hard to say exactly. One good thing, one awesome thing to say is this. I really do believe Rocksteady will announce a game soon, whatever it is, because they have gone out of their way on their website to basically wax nostalgic about the other Arkham games, showing artwork and things like that over the last month or so. This is exactly what Warner Brothers did before Shadow of War was announced. They had all these pictures and all these concepts for Shadow of Mordor. So I think it's feasible. I think it could very well happen. And any suggestions or anything anyone wants to say? I know Metropolis, Illinois has a Superman statue. I know. And for some stupid reason, I've never been there, even though I'm so close to it. I really should check it out sometime. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, this isn't just DC. I love Spider-Man. I'm looking forward to the Spider-Man PS4 game. Superman could sell really well, though, if it's not, tied to just Xbox or PlayStation. Um, I don't even want to talk about the PC version because, unfortunately, Arkham Knight had a lot of issues on the PC version. So who knows how that would go. And that is all you have to say to that, okay? I see a YouTube link. I'm not able to click on that right now. I can't diverge like that. Yeah, Spider-Man game looks really good. It's oh my god, who's making it now? Um Insomniac. Insomniac's making it. And everything I've seen makes it look really good. I think it's funny though, because I feel like either they're going really hardcore with Mr. Negative, which is a villain that I think is good, but it's not someone that will say puts asses in the seats. You know? And it's interesting how Mr. Negative is going to tie into Aunt May. I do like that. But the only other villain we know about, or two actually, are Kingpin and Shocker. There are so many Spider-Man villains that we don't know are going to be in this. As of right now, I don't think we have any members of the Sinister Six. So that's huge. As far as I know, probably no Venom or Carnage. Oh, another awesome thing I can bring up about Superman is Nolan North, voice actor extraordinaire, tweeted that if I take this gig or if I start this project, I will be busy for the next 10 years. Okay? That is also I'd say ring 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 in the Superman bin, okay? Because if they did 2 or 3 games, it would take quite a few years to make them and everything like that. And maybe they would also get Nolan North to do like a DC Direct animated film or something, similar to the one they did for Batman. I don't know. I mean, Nolan North would be a great voice acting choice as Superman. I think it would be awesome, Yeah, Nolan North is Nathan Drake, yes. Yes, he's also a really great character in The Last of Us. I think he played character David, I thought was the name. But he's really good. And if he's talking about a project that's going to take 10 years of his life, it seems like that could be it. Also, if you go to Rocksteady's website, you'll notice they have a number of job openings. Certain things will actually specifically say AAA game for current generation. And, get this, AAA game for the next generation of console. Different job openings, different positions, but stating that specifically like that. So it could be they're going to announce a Superman game that'll come out next year, and then a lot of people are speculating 2020 for the brand new consoles, the real new ones, meaning like Xbox 2, PlayStation 5. And 2020 would not be that crazy for those to come out, That's not saying the game would come out right at 2020, but maybe 2021, Because I'm guessing it'll still be about 2 or 3 years to make each game if it's a big hit, and I'll be shocked if a Superman game isn't a big hit. The only thing that worries me that I have to bring up now is loot boxes. So, if they did loot boxes on a Superman game, I would want it to be just like what they did with Arkham Knight. You knew exactly what you were getting, and it was maybe like this specific Superman suit, $1.99. So what I'm saying is not actual loot boxes, just separate microtransactions. Because it's Warner Brothers, I know they're going to want to do it. I know they're going to want that extra revenue. They are. You saw what they did with Arkham Knight with the season pass and all the goodies that came with, okay? So I could see us having like races around different Oh, there we go. Superman racing through the sky in different cities. Maybe an underwater race in Atlantis. That is how they could have DLC that are races similar to what Arkham Knight had. But yes, I would not have an issue buying a few of my favorite Superman suits at $1.99 a piece, knowing that I got those damn specific suits. Not that it's just random and I'm spending $5 on a suit not knowing what it is, and maybe there's something that comes with the suit to make it more, sane to spend $5. Pay to win? Screw you, Mr. Birdman. No. No, Birdman 69, I hope it's not pay to win. That's a sick thing. I hope to God it's not. Does anyone else have any suggestions or ideas? What does everyone think in chat? Do we think Superman, Justice League, Harry Potter? What do we think? Keep in mind, all Warner Brother licenses, okay? They're definitely pushing Justice League hard, okay? So that's not an impossibility, although my God, is that ambitious. I don't even know. Would you make your own Justice League member? Would you play as one of the league and someone joins you? Like a DC Universe Online? I don't even know how they would do that, honestly. I mean, I would much rather play as a Justice League member. I'd like to play as one of my favorite, team members. I'd like, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, any of them. In fact, I would, switch off and play between just about everybody. No, I doubt it would be Harry Potter versus Superman. So Harry's gonna be on his Nimbus, his flying broom, his Nimbus. I think Nimbus 2000, I think is the name. And then Superman will be flying next to him. Is that's the team up, huh? That's how that's gonna go. Ha. Oh man. Yeah, but everybody, I want to thank you all for watching. You've been awesome. For me, I think it's going to be a Superman game. I think that Rocksteady's wanted to do one for long enough. Rocksteady's owned by Warner Brothers. I'm sure they'd love to do a Superman game. I'm sure they've wanted to for years. For Justice League, when the game came out, I'm sorry, not Justice League, my apologies. For Injustice 2, Rocksteady made a special Superman cake and gave that to Ed Boon's company. Oh my God. NetherRealm? NetherRealm. In celebration. That's another thing that's interesting too. That's also possible there. But yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. Again, you've been awesome. I apologize if this went too long. I can't see editing this part where the screen went blue. I'm sorry. There was just too many important things said before that. And I'd have to basically recreate the entire stream. So, but I hope you guys like it. And if you do, if this is Twitch you see it on, feel free to follow. If it's YouTube, I would not mind if you subbed. I have a lot more content coming on both locations. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. In fact, let's go to full screen to say goodbye. Bye-bye.